And
of the audience. Like.
Okay, I'm Molly Astarita, and this is my audience. Okay. Okay, I interviewed my friend Abigail Uche. She's also my coworker. We interviewed on a Tuesday, and the main goal of that was really just to establish common ground with her and kind of get an outlook on communication, which could apply to the whole class, and kind of thought about our audience in there. So with that, we'll get started. Abby is originally from Kansas City. She's native to the area. She's Scandinavian and Nigerian, Scandinavian American. She's an English major with a communication minor, which made her really ironic and a good person for me to interview for the class. And to start off with something kind of interesting relating to that same topic, her uncle was a first-round candidate as the president of Nigeria, which is really interesting and not something many people can say, so that's cool. She can brag about that. Okay, in my presentation, I will explain what I learned, revealing interesting and useful information that will explain one person's take on communication. Alright, first I will describe what I found interesting about Abby. And the first thing that I learned was that she's been to a lot of concerts and she really likes live shows. She's been to over 20, which is very cool. A close second to her desire to go to concerts is just to lounge around, watch Netflix, and do absolutely nothing, which is something everybody kind of likes. She has a collection of 99-cent t-shirts, which is a weird collection, but she said it's the only thing she's ever collected successfully, which is cool, and all her clothes are very cute. She describes herself as an introvert, but she also said that since she works in the restaurant industry that she's good at talking with strangers at some point, but doesn't need to if she doesn't have to. She likes relationships that are more easily to fall into and require less effort. So with that, I next learned about how one person, Abigail Uche, understands communication. She thinks that it's important because you have to deal with in everyday communication, you have to be able to deal with people in a way that works so that society runs well and you're not kind of closed off in a society. A direct quote I was able to obtain from her was, when you understand how to communicate, it makes everything easier because life is defined by the relationships you make with other people. She also said that she feels more comfortable in a smaller group setting than a larger one. She believed that if she were to be in a larger group, her answer would be shorter and more simplistic because of that. And she kind of described that it's obviously easier to relate and relate to a group of 5 people than it is 100 people. So once I learned kind of how she feels about communication, I was able to relate it to her emotions and asked her kind of what she looks for when going into like a relationship or a new friendship, and she said that that was someone who was genuine. And when asked what genuine meant to her, it was really someone who isn't very argumentative, and you don't have to deal with conflict because mostly she likes to avoid conflict because she's a non-confrontational person, and genuine people and all are pretty cool, so it's something everybody can kind of understand. So that's just kind of the common disruptions and everyday things that can affect anyone. In the interviewing process, she said that she felt hesitant because that was the best word she could kind of use to describe the situation, because anytime you're being interviewed, it's kind of a hard thing because you never know exactly what you're going to get asked and all of that. But she said it would make her feel frustrated but not really upset when faced with relational conflict. The difference being that really when you're frustrated, it's kind of just something that is bothersome towards you, and being upset is kind of a deeper emotion that she had a hard time explaining. But overall, what I learned was really that, well, I could apply it to the class, that most people feel more comfortable in smaller group settings, which we also read in the textbook. I also learned more about how to write good questions and use them in everyday language. It sharpened my interview skills, and I'm looking forward to moving on forward in the class to do that exact same thing. And I will once again show you my audience members. All right.